Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 105 of Reynolds Reviews, and on today's episode we've got a gift from Andy. Cue the march. Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at a Christmas gift sent in by Andy. Now, you may know Andy. Andy runs a fantastic channel called The Holo Chronicles with his pal Josh, and Andy and Josh do some amazing work in our community. They do some fantastic stuff. They create amazing content, things like unboxing videos, pickups. They do a podcast as well, even some charity auctions. They do some fantastic work in our community. If you don't know the channel, I will leave a link in the description below, so make sure you check it out. But Andy contacted me last week and explained that he sent me a parcel and just asked if I would let him know when it arrived safely. Sure enough, it arrived the next day, so I contacted Andy just to let him know that it had arrived safe and sound, but also explained to him that I didn't want to open it until I could get it behind the camera and underneath some lights as well. So today we're going to do that. So let's go take a look at what Andy has been very, very kind enough to send us. Okay, so let's get into it and see what we've got. I will be careful, Andy, don't worry. There we go. Now, I just want to point out, I've just seen the price of postage, and I'm always humbled by anyone that sends me any gifts. But when they're sending from overseas, I mean, this cost $41.50. I mean, that's like £35 maybe, just to send something. So again, thank you, Andy. It always humbles me, not only when I get gifts, but when people are sending from overseas. It's so expensive at the moment, so thank you again. Okay, oh, we've got a note. I'll just give it a quick scan, make sure there's nothing sensitive in it. Oh, it's quite a long one. Ah, okay, so the note reads, Luke, so the guy with the mask lot did end up selling it all. Now, I kind of feel I need to give you some context. A few weeks ago, Andy got in touch with me. He knows I'm a big mask collector, and got in touch that he'd found a store locally and the guy was selling some mask items. We were trying to strike a deal because he knew there was something in there that I wanted. We couldn't quite do it, unfortunately. I had to walk away from it. It was just on the approach to Christmas, and obviously money was fairly tight, so unfortunately we couldn't do a deal. It says, sorry, so the guy with the mask lot did end up selling it to me. Right, okay. I couldn't pass up the deal, even though it's not really my thing. Consider this gift a way for me to say thank you for all your videos. And the support you've given Josh and I over the last year. Well, you're absolutely welcome, Andy. I mean, I don't feel I do anything more for anyone than I do for the next person. I just try to support everybody if I can, but you're very, very welcome. Your channel is fantastic. God bless you, and Merry Christmas to you and Rach from Andy. P.S. The box is a bit rough. Okay, the box is a bit rough, but what's inside is pretty sweet. P.P.S. This is a gift, pal. Freely given, so please freely receive. Under no circumstances, and no is underlined, under no circumstances are you to get me a thing, you soppy sucker. Well, yeah, I can be, I can't help it. The minute I get anything off anyone, I always want to return the favour. Yeah, you are not under any circumstances to get me a thing, you soppy sucker. Cue the march. Well, thank you, Andy, but yeah, you know me very well. I always have this feeling of I must reciprocate. But thank you, I love the note. That will be going in my box with all my other notes. Okay, let's see what Andy's sent us. Oh, I can see it. Oh, Andy. Okay, now before I get this out, again, Andy knows I'm a big mask collector, big mask fan. He also knows that really I'm only concentrating on Series 1 and 2 vehicles. Because they're what I remember as a kid, they're what I remember as a child, and think the series like Split Seconds and the racing series I'll probably just cherry pick. But Andy knows that I'm only one vehicle away from completing Series 1 vehicles. Just see if I can get this. Oh, it's tight. Now Andy knows, and the one vehicle I'm missing is Rhino, but I'm not missing it anymore. Andy, I've no idea what to say. I was not expecting this. Obviously, when I walked away from the deal, as far as I was concerned, that was it. Oh my god. So now, because of Andy, I've now completed season 1 of Mask Vehicles. Look at that. I mean, it says in the note the box is tatty. I mean, to be fair, I think it's in good condition. It's almost 40 years old. I mean, there's a decent tear on the front, but that doesn't matter at all. I think I can make this perfectly displayable. Oh, Andy, you are an absolute gentleman. I've no words. I've no idea. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Oh, let's get this under some lights and take a closer look.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Convert Switchblade to jet mode. Surprise, Matt Tracker. It's mayhem. Battle station. Protect the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
Each sold separately with action figure.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away. But you're not, Mayhem.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino. Each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Okay, so there we go. So let's start with the box. Now, one thing I noticed straight away when I opened this was the box is slightly different to the one that I'm used to seeing. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if you know a little bit more about it, but I believe this box that Andy sent is the US version. Now, of course, that stands to reason. Andy's in the USA. But the box we normally see over here in the UK is this one. So I believe this is the European box. So as you can see, slightly different to the one I've got. The writing, the information is to the right-hand side of the Rhino name instead of underneath. There's a small picture in the top right corner of the vehicle, whereas on my box it's in the bottom left corner. And then on my box also there's pictures of Bruce Sato and Matt Tracker to the sort of right-hand side of the box. So I believe this is the US version, which is fantastic because obviously, you know, in the UK we see the European box. So it's really nice to have a box that I would like to think not many people over here will have. So straight away I saw that the box was slightly different, but I mean, just look at those images. I mean, how amazing does that box look? I mean, Andy said that the box is a bit tatty now. I mean, there is a fairly sizable rip there, but again, I don't think it detracts from the box in any way, shape or form. It's perfectly displayable, and I certainly will be displaying the box. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's just take a look at the back. A few images on the side there. And then, again, we've got more information on the back, telling us what sections are what. We can see the figures there with the masks, all the little indications of what pieces are what, explaining what they are, and obviously that picture is of Rhino in defense mode as well. But I mean, it just looks absolutely superb. I'm so pleased with this. Like I say, I think the box is perfectly displayable, and I certainly will be displaying it. But yeah, really nice to have the US variation. So yeah, very, very pleased with this, Andy. Absolutely love it. Could not be happier. I really couldn't. I was so shocked when I opened the box and saw this. So yeah, absolutely beautiful, and like I say, I think the box is perfect. But let's open this up and get the truck out. And there we go. Now look at that. That is an absolutely beautiful example of Rhino. Some fantastic extras as well. I say extras, I mean, I weren't expecting them to be in there. So the polystyrene insert is in the box, which basically means it packs the box out nice and tight. So the box is nice and sturdy and will display great. It doesn't need filling, doesn't need packing to be able to stand up properly. So really pleased to get that in there, and obviously that protects Rhino as well. But I wasn't expecting to see these. So we've got the instructions. Now again, they are a little bit beat up, but that's fine. So we've got the instructions, Kenner. We really do care. Where have we seen that before? But always nice to get original instructions. So it opens up and just shows how to transform the vehicle, which is really nice. But also, I didn't expect to get this. Now, again, I've not actually had one of these before in any of the other vehicles that I've bought. So it gives a little bit of info on other vehicles there. We've got Condor and Jackhammer. If you open it up, more vehicles. So we've got Gator, Thunderhawk, Switchblade, Piranha, and Rhino in there as well. And if you open it up again, I'll try and get it all on camera if I can. I've never actually had this before, but I have seen them, but never had one. To reveal a cartoon poster. So as you can see, you've got all the major Series 1 vehicles there. Thunderhawk, Gator, Switchblade, We've got Condor, Jackhammer, Piranha and Rhino. Look at that. I mean, how beautiful is that? I've never had one of them before. So again, I don't know if these are exclusive to the US releases, but I've never received any of those in my other box vehicles. So absolutely beautiful. Really pleased with that. So that's upside down. So let's get to the vehicle. So you recognise the vehicle now. Rhino is in absolutely immaculate shape. The fantastic thing about this is often the door wing mirrors are snapped off. They're all intact. This front bumper is often missing, but all the chrome is in absolutely perfect condition. Usually the chrome is rubbed, but it looks absolutely fantastic on this. Again, the steps and all, you know, it's usually all coming away and looks sort of white or yellow, but they're all present. The radar dish is often missing, the top lid as well. The only thing that I can see missing is there should be, just at the back, there should be a little silver cover just on that back piece there, which looks to be missing. But again, I'm a member of Mask Groups, I can get them no problem. But Rhino came with two vehicles. It didn't come with two vehicles, it came with two drivers. So the figures it came with was Matt Tracker, and Matt Tracker came with Ultra Flash Mask, and that used to fire out a blinding beam of light. And it also came with Bruce Sato, and Bruce Sato came with Lifter Mask, which basically did what it said. It used to be able to lift items or objects. So I always used to think, what a fantastic vehicle that it came with two figures. But let's just take a closer look at Rhino itself. Okay, let's just shove them to one side, and we'll just bring Rhino in. Now, what an absolutely beautiful vehicle. I used to love this. Let's just put something behind it, stop it rolling backwards. So like I said, all the chrome looks perfect. There should be a chrome cover just on there, which again, if that's the only piece that's missing, which it looks like it is, I'm confident I can get that, that's no problem. But what an absolutely beautiful example of Rhino. All the decals are in great shape. They're often peeling or faded, but they look fantastic. And if I remember rightly, just while we've got it on this side, let's just try. Now, there should be two buttons, if you can just see them, two buttons there. Now, if I remember rightly, this side should pop open, this door, and it was almost like an ejector seat to stop anyone unwanted being in Rhino. So if I just press that, there we go. So this seat would fly out, and then any unwanted passengers would fly out of the vehicle. So again, that works beautifully. Let's just see if we can close that. And then let's just swap it round and just see if we can show you the other functions. So again, like I said, often with Rhino, all the chrome is often going white and yellow and wearing off. You can see that is so shiny, it looks amazing. Stop rolling, stop rolling. It's not going to stop rolling. Looks absolutely fantastic. Often the chrome again is rubbing on the exhaust as well, but this is a perfect example. So when Rhino was under attack, it would go into defense mode. Now it used to have a ram on the front, so again, I think this is this button, so let's just try it. Watch the front end. There we go. And again, that often used to break, but that looks in great shape. We'll just push back in. There we go. And then what Rhino used to turn into, I'm so sorry, my table's on a slant, it keeps wanting to roll forward, I'm sorry about that. So what it would do is, when it was under attack, this section would extend. If I can do it, there we go. These would drop down as steps, that would pop up, and then, I don't know if you can see, you've got a control room in there, and like a missile silo, and then that used to fire. Now, I'm very reluctant to try the missile, if I'm honest, because it could go anywhere, it could be lively, so let's give it a go. I'm so sorry that it keeps rolling, everybody. Right, so if I remember rightly, it's this button just there, so let's give it a go. Oh, crikey. Oh, shit, where's that gone? Wow, that was lively. Okay, but oh, absolutely beautiful. So I'll tell you what, we'll retrieve that afterwards. Let's just see if we can put this all back together. There we go. There we go, beautiful. And then one final feature, and I'm just going to see if I can do it. In fact, I'll spin it around and see if I can do it that way. The back section would come away and act as like a little escape buggy, and I think you just pull that away. I think you should just be able to pull that out. Oh, he says, I'm not sure. Please don't break it. That should just pull out. Oh, I don't know. I feel I'm going to break this. I'm sure it just pulls out, but no, I'm not going to do it. But this back section comes away and acts as like a little getaway buggy. There we go. But again, I need to stop it rolling backwards. Oh, I need to get a level table, don't I? Stop rolling. No, it's not gonna. Right, will it stop? Will it stop if I angle it? No. It shows it's got good wheels. What about that? If I put something behind it, there we go. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'm so pleased to finally get this into my collection. Andy, you are an absolute gentleman. I cannot thank you enough for this. It's absolutely beautiful, and a vehicle that I was struggling to get, or certainly struggling to get in good condition, but now thanks to you I no longer have to keep hunting, and not only have I now got it into my collection, it's a beautiful example. I've never seen one as good as this, so yeah, so thank you again. I've just got to pick up the back piece, which I'm confident I'll do. I'm a member of plenty of mask groups. I know a lot of mask collectors now, so I'm confident I'll get one of those. But yeah, thank you so much, Andy. I cannot thank you enough. You are an absolute gentleman. So yeah, thank you again. So there we go, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that episode. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, thank you for sticking with me, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments in the comment section below, all that good stuff. You know I get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.